All right, hello. We are making shapes in Photopea. So the first thing we need to do is create a new document. The specifications for this document are you're going to want to put 150 dpi with an HD HD frame, 1920 by 1080. Great job. Now you want to rename this. You got to do a few of these, so you want to name this Shapes 1. All right, Shapes 1. In Shapes 1, you're going to make geometric solids using this tool right here, the marquee tool. So I want you to make 4 of these. Let's take the rectangle and we'll make a rectangle. All right, make a rectangle. Go down here and color it in with the paint bucket. I'm going to use green. There we go. Let's go up here. Now we'll make a square by holding down Shift. If you hold down Shift, you make a perfect square. Let's change the color. And we'll paint it yellow. Now we want to make 2 more. One with a circle and one that's an ellipse. So I'll make an ellipse, which is basically just an oval. And I'll color it, oh, I don't know, blue. Go here, blue. Now we want to make a circle. Hold down Shift, and you'll make a perfect circle. Let's put that as pink. Grab this. Done. We are done with our shapes number 1. That is how you create shapes with this tool right here. Let's save it. Save as Photoshop document. Alright, now we're going to create some organic shapes, some non-geometric ones. Organic shapes are ones you see in nature that are like a leaf. So let's create a new document. 150 dpi, 1920 by 1080, good. Create. Now we're going to use this lasso tool so we can draw shapes. I'm going to draw like a leaf. Not very, no, that's not very good. Draw a leaf. Okay. Let's make it green. And I am going to use the paint bucket. Oh, I need to select the layer. There we go. Now I can make it green. I'm going to make 2 more. I'm going to make a, let's see, I'll make a tree. Any shape you want that is not a geometric shape. That's sort of a shape you see in nature. It's not a standard shape. Oh, we got to get this paint bucket. Color it red. Now I'm going to make maybe just a blob. Really doesn't matter. These are non-organic shapes. And, these are organic shapes, not geometric. Change my color, drop some paint, and I am done. I don't want to leave this highlight here, so I usually just click anywhere to get rid of it. Now I can turn this in. Save. Oh, let's rename it first. Call it shapes 2. Now we will save it as PSD, and we're done. Alright, now we're going to create shapes for using our Shapes tool. It should be right here. So first let's create a file or a canvas. We'll go to New. Again, 150 dpi, 1920 by 1080. There we go. Let's call it Shapes 3. Alright, first thing we need to do is make a rectangle and a square. Now my fill color is up here. It doesn't matter what this is, but this is the color my shape's going to be. So I click on it, click here, and I'm going to make a rectangle. It's going to be red. Now I want to make a square. Let's change the color. Oh, now look at that. I changed the color because I was on this layer. Let's change it back to red. Alright, now let's make a square, and then we'll change the color later. So I want you to click and hold Shift, and you'll make a perfect square. Now notice how these different shapes go on different layers. And right here, they have a little box. So if you wanted to change them, you'd have to rasterize the layer. Right? You'd have to go over here and right-click and rasterize the layer. But anyway, so now what we're going to do is change the color of this. We'll click on this shape, a square shape, and make it blue. Now we will go over to our Shapes tool. Let's create a circle and an ellipse. Here's this ellipse. Make it like that. It's like an oval basically. Click on this layer and we'll change it to a different color. Now let's make a circle. Hold down Shift while you're doing it. Let's change the color. So we have everything, so it looks pretty, you know. Now if you just click anywhere, it'll ask you what you want to make, you know. So you can do that too. Now what we need to do is create a hexagon. So let's go down to this parametric shape tool. It can create something with as many sides as we want. Now here is the length. What is that supposed to be? Let's see. Is that going to be? No. Okay, sorry. So it's going to be on polygon. So when you click on this tool, it should be on polygon. All right, you can make a star and an arrow and a spiral, but we just want to make a polygon. And we want it to have 6 sides because that's a hexagon. So a 6-sided figure. And we'll go down here and we'll make it. All right, let's change the color. I want everything to be a different color. And then let's grab our move tool here, our move tool, and we'll move it to wherever we want it to be. We can always grab this and move this down here. Move it around, wherever you want. Now what do I have to do? Well, I have to make another polygon with 10 sides, decagon. Decagon. So let's make a 10-sided figure. We'll move that over here, and we'll click on it to change the color. Oh, we got to go. See, I hit the move tool, so my color's gone. If I go back to my polygon tool, I can change the color to, what if I haven't used? Black, or this light blue. That looks good. There we go. Now all the The only thing we're missing is a line. And I believe the line, so we click and hold, and we go to the line tool. And now we can adjust the width, right? We can make any old line, but it has to be 15 pixels wide. So let's change this to 15 pixels. And we'll make our line. So click, hold, pull the line across, or wherever you want it to be. The line will get thicker if you make this thicker. And let's go change the color. We'll make it black. All right, sounds great. Now we're done. Let's go File, Save as PSD, make sure you name it Shapes 3, and you're done. Nice work. Hello. Now we are going to create 3 shapes, but this time we're going to use the stroke tool. What is that? Well, we'll see in a second. Let's go to File, create a new canvas. Once again, 150, 1920 by 1080. And let's go to our Shapes tool, but instead, let's turn on the stroke. Right now we have no stroke, so I'm going to click here and make it a color. I'm going to just keep it as black. Black sounds good to me. Now I'm going to make the stroke, I think the stroke needed to be 10, so let's make it a 10 pixel stroke. And let's change the fill to a color, maybe red. And let's go here and create a shape. See what happens. Oh my gosh. What's the difference, guys? What's the difference? A stroke basically means an outline. Now we need to create 2 more shapes. So let's have fun with this a little bit. Let's put it up to, I don't know, 20. Just for fun. I know it says 10 for everyone, but as long as you have a stroke on these. Let's go to parametric shape. Let's make it I don't know, 5 sides. Oh, and we'll change the color. Uh-oh, don't want to do that. Let's just make a polygon with 5 sides. See what happens. Oh my gosh, look at that. Let's move it over here. See how it goes on 2 different layers. Let's click on the layer. How do we change the color of this? Well, if you go back to the polygon shape or the shape tool, you can now change the color. Right? And afterwards, you can even change the stroke to a different color. Right? Anything you want, as long as you have a stroke on 3 different shapes. Now, I'm going to have some fun and go up to polygon and make a spiral. You can make any shape you want. I'm gonna make it first, and then I'm going to change the color around. So I'm going to click over here, and I'm going to change the stroke to, that's a cool color. I'll change the fill to a blue. All right, now you're done. You have 1, 2, 3 shapes. Any shapes you want, as long as they have a stroke. Great job. Oh, let's name this file. I always forget. Name this file. Shapes 4. And File, Save as PSD. There we go. Nice work. Alright, finally we need to create custom shapes. Now these are, if you click on the Shapes tool right here, they're all the way at the bottom here. But before that, let's make a canvas. new, once again 150, 1920 by 1080. That's an HD screen. Now let's make some shapes. I'm going to turn my stroke off because we had it on before. And I'm going to go down to custom shapes and grab some custom shapes. Now where are these custom shapes? Now if you look over here, way over here, click here, they should all load here. And you can make any custom shapes you want. This should save you a lot of time. So I'm going to grab one and put it on my screen. Click it here, and now I go, and it makes, now I can hold down shift and it makes a perfect one. It's kind of a cool logo. And it creates a shape, now we need to create 9 more, 10 total. The only reason we're doing 10 is so that you guys can explore these because they're pretty cool. You guys might notice some. I can make a Visa card for some cash. I don't know, maybe there's a Gucci in here. Who knows? Look around. Basically this whole exercise is Gucci. But let's check it out. Oh, here, look at that car. Let's make a car. Now, I want to make these different colors because that's how I roll. And I'll click on the shapes. Click on the shape tool and make it red. And look at this. I don't know if you guys know this, but you can do layer styles to anything, right? If I want to drop a shadow in here, I just double click and I can drop a shadow. Make my Visa get a little flavor there, right? Doesn't matter. Really doesn't matter. But you need 7 more. So once you continue on to make 7 more, you've got it covered. All right, I'll jump ahead to where I have all 10. All right, I've got 10 shapes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Sounds good. Let's call this Shapes 5 because it's the 5th one we did, 5th and final one. Now I want you guys to make yours kind of cool. Drop some layer styles if you can. And then you just save it as a PSD and turn that in. Nice work.